Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. Okay, let's start this show off with a sweet, great story. Listen to this. A 3-year-old Michigan boy saved his mother's life after she collapsed from a seizure. This is incredible. He unlocked her phone and then FaceTimed a family friend who called 911. Now remember, we're talking about a 3-year-old little boy. Little Cody is now an honorary junior deputy, complete with a badge, and he also got some swag. The sheriff joked that we're hiring. I'd say let him finish preschool first. Wow, what a wonderful story. And on that happy note, buckle up, Buttercup, because you're about ready to stay tech ahead, because otherwise you'll be left in the digital dust. Because after all, I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And you just tapped into the biggest show, the best show, the most trusted show about all things digital. You can find my award-winning show on over 425 top stations throughout the United States. And of course, I'm streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K. Now, if you're more of a visual person, hey, you really need to check out my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, reaching over 375,000 U.S. service members, serving in 175 countries and 200 ships at sea. Get the Kim Komando Show. Alrighty then, every single day of my life, weekends, weekdays, national holidays, you name it, I always need to make sure that I know what's going on in the tech space. So I visit at least 35 to 40 different sources to make sure that I know exactly what's going on. And here are 5 things that you need to know right now. And we're going to start with Apple AirTags. Yes, they were invented to help people like me easily find their car keys. You can put one in your luggage and anything else that's easily misplaced. Now, unfortunately, this is why we can't have nice things. They also work very well for stalkers. Now, this story comes to us from Nebraska, where a woman's iPhone was constantly giving her messages that had picked up a new wireless device. Now, this device showed up every single time she drove her car. So she just assumed, hey, maybe it's my lost AirTags. But while she was looking, she discovered not 1, but 4 Apple AirTags apparently placed in her car by her ex, and she was being stalked. Now, in Nebraska, prosecuting this kind of stalking has been all but impossible, but state laws are catching up. But the thing here is, when your smartphone discovers something and cannot identify it, talking about AirTags, now don't stop until you find them. And then when you do, immediately remove its battery and take it to the nearest police station. Moving on to number 2, after 2.5 years, Apple's $3,500 virtual reality Vision Pro headset is anything but a screaming success. Sales are so gloomy. It's probably set some type of record for Apple products with very little demand to still be inside the Apple stores. But for some strange reason, it just got a major upgrade, faster processor, improved battery life. So what does Apple see in the Vision Pro that the rest of us just don't? I visited a really crowded Apple store in Scottsdale, Arizona last week. And let me tell you, no one was standing around the Vision Pro table except for one guy who said, wow, these are really uncomfortable. That's bad news. Now, meanwhile, Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses are selling fairly well at $800. Samsung's dark glasses are out now. And as for the Vision Pro, I don't think too many are going to be in Santa's bag this year. All right, moving on to number 3. For now, Elon Musk's daily White House appearances are a thing of the past. But, after all the anger and loony attacks on Tesla cars and Tesla dealerships, what is it really like to own and drive a Tesla Cybertruck today? So Wired, the online magazine, asked the same question, and they sent reporters to find out. And as it turns out, if you want to own and drive a Tesla Cybertruck, you really need to want this experience. And let me tell you, it's not for everyone, even those who actually like the truck. Now, of course, the trucks have nothing to do with MAGA, but the drivers, wow, poor drivers, they endure anger, outright lunacy. They routinely get insulted, usually statements about their manhood. They report getting spit at and spit on. They're cursed at, too. Vandalism apparently has stopped, but obscene notes on windshields are pretty common. Like I said, if you really want the Cybertruck, you should buy one, but just buckle up, Buttercup. Moving on to number 4, if you saw a drone hovering outside your airplane's window, what would you do? Pretty frightening, right? That exact scenario was a plane landing at the San Francisco International Airport. It was too late for the pilot to move. It passed by the windshield in like 300 feet. Wow. An Associated Press review found that drones were involved in nearly 2/3 of all near-miss collisions reported at 30 of the busiest U.S. airports in the last year. Now, these are classified as near mid-air collisions, meaning they could have ended in disaster. This is just frightening. Now, with drones being cheaper and easier to fly than ever, of course, this risk is only growing. Now, the FAA, they have rules like keeping drones below 400 feet and keeping the drones away from airports. But there's no nationwide system to detect a rogue drone or track who's actually flying it. So violators are super hard to catch and even harder to punish. So the FAA is actually testing tech like radio jammers and even lasers to knock the drones just out of the sky, but it hasn't been deployed yet. And finally, this coming in at number 5. I'm going to read you a job description, and I want you to think about, is this something that you would really apply for? That you saw this job description, you're like, yes, this was made for me. Here's what it says. If you're not excited about working 70 hours a week in person with some of the most ambitious people in New York City, don't apply. Wow, right? It's a real job posting from AI startup Rilla. That's a lot of work. It's not unusual. There's actually a new schedule taking over. It's called the 9 to 9 to 6. That's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. A 72-hour work week. Sounds like it's taken up your whole life, right? Now, the 996 schedule actually started in China, where it led to protests and actual reports of people dying from being overworked. And the thinking goes, if China's working nonstop to build a future, we kind of have to too. So working 9 to 5? Yeah. Dolly Parton needs to write a new song. Hey, coming up, I have some great tips. We're going to talk about how to free up phone storage the easy and fun way, how to prepare for these job interviews using ChatGPT. It's a special voice mode. It's really amazing. And then later on, hotel booking scams that are spreading, especially now as, we're getting ready to travel for the holidays. I know. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise. Home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim. Gosh, life goes so fast, so stay right where you are. I don't know if you've had a chance to check out Apple's new iPhone Air, but wow, it's crazy thin. 0.22 inches, thinner than a pencil. It's about the same as a few stacked credit cards. It's got this gorgeous OLED display, Apple's fastest chip, all-day battery life, packed into this titanium body. Okay, wow, it's an amazing phone. You might be sitting there like, are you trying to sell the phone? Well, Kinda, because I'm giving one away. It's a $999 value. You should go enter to win it right now. It may be your lucky day. And if you're sitting there like, oh, I never win anything, Kim Commando, you never know unless you enter. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. No purchase required. Winfromkim.com. Alrighty then, let's get started with all of our great calls. Michael in Naples, Florida, you're up first on the Kim Commando Show.
Hi, how you doing? Love the newsletter, by the way. I get that every day.
Awesome.
The other day I was reading through it, and a question came up. I'm in real estate, and we have 4 different contracts that are similar, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a way in, like, ChatGPT to summarize them just with the differences.
Oh, you're going to love this. You're just going to love this.
You should see the look on her face and how excited she is to give you this answer.
Because I use this all the time. Not only am I your beloved digital goddess and the host of the show and the writer of the newsletter, but I'm actually the CEO of the company. And what that means is that I have to read a lot of contracts, okay? And of course, we have lawyers that charge $500-$600 an hour. I have one that charges. He actually said this to me. He said, "How much do you charge?" And he said, $999 an hour. And isn't that ridiculous? I said, absolutely, that's ridiculous. So what you do is you go to ChatGPT, redact anything that you don't want it to remember, and then you need to tell it, I want you to be a legal expert. I want you to analyze this document as if you were a lawyer. I of course, will see a lawyer, but I want you to give me advice as if you were a lawyer. I'm going to upload 2 documents, 4 documents, whatever it is. I want you to tell me what's the difference between document 1 and 2, 3 and 4, whatever, just tell it exactly. And then I would like you to put this into a chart, highlight the line numbers, make the line numbers a different color, however it works best for you.
Okay.
What I say is give me the line numbers in the contract, or give me the new contract with it redacted. It's really phenomenal. It'll go through line by line, word by word, so you know exactly what's different without sitting there the old way of going line by line. I mean, I know you could do this in Microsoft Word, and that's Microsoft Word. But when you have a chatbot right there and you can go back and forth and ask different questions, and it has assumed the knowledge base of a lawyer, but it will tell you, I'm not a lawyer. It will say that. And just keep in mind that the chatbots will hallucinate. But you can save a crap load of money by doing this.
That's an official term.
That's a financial term, Andrew, is crap load. I'd say something else, but the family-friendly show. You get my drift. All right, let's see. Bill, you're up next here on the show.
Hi, love your show.
Yes, thank you.
Simple question.
Yes.
How do I cash a Bitcoin, or where can I get info on Bitcoins that I can trust?
So how many Bitcoins do you have?
Just one.
Okay.
You have 1 Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm.
When did you buy it?
I can't even remember. My dear departed girlfriend's nephew gave it to us for a Christmas present and just sat, and I never could have imagined it would go as high as it's gone.
That is crazy.
What is a Bitcoin now? Is it still hovering around 100 grand?
I think so. Let me double check.
Last time I checked was probably a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, I know it goes. It's like anything else. It goes up and down, up and down.
It is down $2,000 right now, but it's $102,432.30.
That was a great nephew. I don't have any nephews like that.
Why? I got a nice Cardinals hat once, but that's about it.
My nephew gave me a lottery ticket. He scratched it off and said, "Sorry, you didn't win."
It could have been $100,000.
It could have been.
Wasn't.
All right. So when you go to cash it in, you want to go to reputable places. Do not Google search cashing in a Bitcoin.
Where do you have it right now?
Little safe in my. Is anybody listening? My basement.
Okay.
Well, we don't know where you are.
Yeah, Phil in Sheboygan. We have no idea where you're at.
But you know what? That's a good point, though. Because, there are these crypto crimes that's happening right now.
Oh, yeah. You did the stories last week.
Yeah. I mean, where people are saying, I've got $3 million, $30 million in crypto. And then next thing you know that they're getting ambushed and kidnapped. And God, that poor guy in New York, they pulled out a chainsaw on him. just to get his Bitcoin wallet password.
So you have it on a thumb drive inside of a wallet?
Yes,
it's still inside of its little package thing that it came in. Never opened it.
Okay.
It's still sealed.
All right. It's probably in a USB.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So you want to go to a reputable place. I would go to Coinbase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go to Coinbase. You create an account. You have to verify your ID. Then you're going to basically send the Bitcoin from your wallet to the exchange. They're going to sell it for US dollars, and then they're going to send it over to your bank account or do ACH. Now, what you don't want to do, okay, and I know you might be tempted at it, because you're thinking, I'm just going to go to a Bitcoin ATM.
No.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. If you have a Morgan Stanley account, they just started talking about how they're going to allow Bitcoin trading inside their accounts.
Also, when you decide to sign up for Coinbase, don't expect, I'm going to cash out tomorrow. It's a long, Coinbase is a long security process, which is good. I'm saying this is as a selling point to confirm you are who you are and that the money is going where it is. So it's going to take a couple of days to identify you and match all that up, and then you'll be able to make the deposit. And
some of these ATMs, they charge a surcharge, 10%. They take 10%, which in your case, that's a lot of money for a transaction. Okay.
Right.
So that's good for you. That's awesome. I'd love that we can help people like that. So again, Coinbase, and as Andrew said, it is a process. I remember when I set up my account years ago, I was like, and I think I wanted to buy Ethereum or something like that. Don't look to me. Which crypto to buy?
They could have saved you a bunch of money with that long process.
Ethereum actually went up recently. Okay, not for nothing.
Are you going to cash out?
I'm waiting. I'm still holding that GoPro stock.
Oh, you're going to be a billionaire, Kim.
I'm still waiting. Hey, if you're wondering about cryptocurrency, how do we even get started? What is it all about? How do I make sure I use a hot wallet or a cold wallet and I don't get scammed? There are so many different crypto scams out there. Is that I'm getting ready to launch a free weekly crypto newsletter to answer all those questions and more. So if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, the easiest way is for you to sign up for my newsletters. Then go to getkim.com. Now, if you already get the current, and if you go to GetKim and just type in your email address, you'll be also on the list to get the cryptocurrency newsletter. So make sure that you go to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com, because then you get the current. And as soon as I start having some extra time, I promise, is that I'm going to be sending this cryptocurrency newsletter. I have the book all done, so we're almost there. Probably just a couple of weeks away. So go to getkim.com. All right, how many pictures do you think that the average American takes every single day? Is it 5, 15, or 20? Okay, I'll give you the answer in a sec. But first, I want you to open up your camera roll. Now, how many photos look exactly the same? Yes, so many duplicates. So here's an insider trick. If you have an iPhone, just open your Photos app, scroll to Utilities, and then tap Duplicates. You'll see every dupe selfie, screenshot, food pic. You can tap Merge just to keep one just great shot, and then you can also toss the rest. Now, Team Android, you're not left out, but you want to use the Files by Google app, and then tap Menu Clean, choose Junk Files, clean them all out from there. So back to the trivia question. The answer is the average American takes 20 photos every single day. Okay, coming right back, we're going to be talking about how you can use ChatGPT's voice mode to ace that next job interview here on the Kim Komando Show.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you're feeling nervous before a job interview, you can just stop all that already. Studies show if you say, I'm excited, you're more likely to get the gig. And here's how you can use AI. When you finally land that job interview, you have got to be ready to shine. You have got to be that person they go, yes, I want to hire. And that's where ChatGPT's voice mode comes in. It can play the role of a recruiter, feed it the job posting, and then ask it to hit you with various questions. So it might say, tell me about a time that you solved a difficult problem at work. And your answer can say, at my last job, a project fell behind, and I was smart. I reorganized the workflow and we delivered early. Then it challenges you. What would you have done if the delay continued? Oh, yeah. It's a practice run, but no pressure. Now, how do you get to voice mode? You want to open the ChatGPT mobile app and then find voice mode. Just tap the headphones icon, start talking, and it's fast, it's smart, and it's a lot more helpful than, say, like talking to your dog. In just a few minutes, I'm going to talk about how you can see all the data that your car's collecting about you. And then later on, hotel scams. Yeah, they have a new twist, and I want to make sure that you're super careful. Let's go back to the phones. Jane in Kansas City. Hi there, Jane.
Hello.
So what's on your mind? What's going on with you?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a difficult last few weeks, and I just kind of am broken at this point. I've been burglarized 3 times in 3 weeks.
Oh, God.
First, it was my garage. And then a week later, they broke in my bedroom window and took every piece of jewelry I owned. Very selective. They touched nothing that was costume. They took everything else. And then a week after that, which was just a couple days ago, they broke into my car and ransacked. I don't know if they're all related or if they're all separate incidences. But, you know, I thought I lived. I just moved to a new area to get a smaller house and downsize a little bit, and thought I was moving to a super safe area. They've had no crime in this area for 10 years. And now it just seems like some burglar decided, oh, this is a prime area. We better go over there.
Is anybody else getting burglarized around you?
Well, I at first they said no, but then when they came back for the car a couple days ago, he told me that he himself had just been called by a neighbor that found 2 hoodies thrown in their bushes, and that was on the other street from me. And then he said there were 3 other break-ins that week.
Wow. It's a crime wave. Yeah, they found some vulnerable people who probably thought they were safe, living in a safe part of town or a safe area, and
oh yes.
So it's organized crime.
Nobody locked their doors or their cars or anything over here.
It's organized crime.
Heartbreaking.
You need to lock down your life. You need to get a security system. You need to get a really good security system.
Well, and that's what I started. I went online right away because everybody says, don't you have security? And I said, well, I just moved over here a few months ago, and it's not been a priority, you know? It was a safe area, remember?
Yeah.
And so then I started looking online, and oh my gosh, I got so confused. It was like this package and that package, and this has so many cameras, and this one has, you know, I don't have any idea what I need. You know, it's a ranch-style house. It's about 1,680 square feet, and you know, I just keep looking at them and thinking, I don't know, outside cameras, inside cameras, buttons. You know, it's just confusing to me.
So when I decided to get a security system, I had a big house, 3,600 square feet, and I had 19 windows on the lower floor.
Right.
And I'm like, man, this is going to cost a ton of money. And I started doing research, and with SimpliSafe, is who I ended up going with, they were a fraction of the cost of the big name companies that you've heard of. I mean, I'm talking 70% less. And I had every single entryway, window, door to that house with a sensor on it.
And then they, what glass break?
Yeah, I had the glass break sensor right in the front room. So if someone wanted to, you know, bypass trying to jimmy open the door, I had a camera in the front yard. I had a camera in the backyard. I had a camera on the doorbell. And like I said, it was like 70% less than a big name company that, you know, you see advertised on TV.
And then you have the indoor outdoor cameras, 24/7 monitoring. You can get a panic button with that too, Jane, which I would recommend.
Oh, wow.
So in case something happens. And I also have...
That scares me now. I think what's next, you know, criminals tend to accentuate their severity of their crimes. And I'm like, okay, what do I get attacked next?
Yes.
But that's why the security system will be there to help.
Need that. This way you can, you'll have peace of mind in your own house.
Also, too, the installation was so easy. All you have to do you know how to peel a sticker? Because that's all you have to do.
No, they have people that will come in and do it now.
Oh, if you wanted to. I had it in the mail in the next 2 days, installed within a half an hour.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. It is. It's simple. And they are an advertiser, just to let you know. I have Simply Safe in one of our studios. And I had sent over a guy to clean the windows, and I just forgot. I forgot. And so that I had asked him to do it. I was busy.
Right.
And then my phone rings, and it's Simply Safe, and they're saying, "Do you recognize this guy?" And they were actually talking to Robert, because Robert says that you sent him to the studio to clean the windows. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Robert. And then give him a secret code, Mm-hmm. But I thought that was really innovative, because if they hadn't gotten a hold of me, if I would have said, no, I don't know who that guy is, then they already had the police on the line ready to send the police. So here's since they are an advertiser, what I want to do is not send you to the site. Because I mean, you can go to simplysafekim.com. You can do that. Well, why don't we do that, Jane? Why don't you go to Simply Safe Kim? And if you get confused at any given moment where you're like, I don't know what I need to get, or what package is the best package for me, that's where we'll step in and we'll help you figure out what exactly that package is. I mean, you're going to get an entry sensor for each door, right? Glass break sensor for each window, especially, bedroom, also basements. A lot of people forget about basements. Indoor camera for living spaces, outdoor camera, the panic button. You can also get smoke detectors, water sensors. But as you said, Andrew, it's really easy to install.
Oh, it was a half an hour. I had the whole house secure.
It's really not that big of a deal. But why don't you just check it out? It's simplysafekim.com. Jane, we're going to make sure that you're taken care of immediately, because that'd be nerve-wracking.
Oh,
I would have to leave the house.
Oh yeah, the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I would go live someplace else. You might want to do that, Jane. I don't know if you have a friend or somebody you can go, family member you go hang out with for a while. Hey Jane, thanks for the call. Paul in Baton Rouge, welcome.
I listen to the show, and my day does not start until I read the Current.
Oh, thank you. That's so awesome.
Seriously, I am a volunteer board member / treasurer / technical consultant for the local hometown museum here. I have found that AI is definitely going to help us in the long run. We don't know what we don't know, but I can see a need for it to be happening. For instance, you walk in and want to know how many artifacts your grandfather donated to the museum. Mm-hmm. Well, I can just ask AI instead of having to dig through Past Perfect, which is like the Photoshop of museum software. Anyway, my concern is I'm a believer and I want to adopt it, but we have a very, very small budget. We don't get government assistance. Everything comes from dues and corporate gifts. Mm-hmm. So we're very limited. Do you have a suggestion other than George for an AI system that will not break our bank?
That's a tough one. That is.
I know.
Because AI costs money, and running those searches costs money. You may find some open source software like Amica or Catalog It, but once you start getting into using artificial intelligence, it's going to cost you money. It will.
Right.
And
we understand.
You can start by creating your own agents. And that's what people are doing right now, is that when you go to ChatGPT and you go into agents and you'll see that other people have created various agents, that may be a place where somebody maybe has already created something like this for maybe their own catalogs, maybe their own collections, whatever it may be, and that you could maybe license that for your use. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at other AI-based services out there. And if you strike out, Paul, just drop me a note back, and then I'll do some searching for you as well. Your car is just like your phone, your computer, your tablet nowadays. It's always listening in and collecting info. So what exactly is your vehicle collecting? Well, there's a website called the Vehicle Privacy Report. You see, the company deletes synced personal data from used cars before they're resold, and this is how car makers comply with privacy laws. But there is a way that you can tap into their work. Head to privacyforcars.com. You enter your car's VIN, and then the tool spits out the privacy policies about your car and your data. Here are some things you might find. Details like your name, your address, your email address, maybe even your driver's license number. Location data that shows where you are and where you went. Biometrics, voice recordings. Yeah, the only thing it doesn't seem to record is your bad singing, or at least for me. That's privacyforcars.com, privacyforcars.com. All right, stay right where you are. We have more phone calls coming up, as well as later on. Holiday hotel scams are spreading like crazy, and the newest one is so sinister. You have to hear about it.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Chrisley from Charleston, South Carolina. This looks like a great question. Hi, Chrisley.
Hi, Kim. I am an independent author, and I have written 12 children's books. But I'm having a hard time figuring out how to stand out on the internet and get noticed or noticed by the right people.
So what are you doing now to promote your books?
I have a website. I'm self-publishing through Amazon.
Okay.
They have a author's Amazon page, which I've put myself there. Mm-hmm. And then I have my own author's Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I tried to interconnect all those, right. But I don't know what else to do.
Well, Andrew, you have kids.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Reels.
Yeah.
What's the targeted age?
Actually, probably 3 and up.
No, but
actually,
well, for parents, obviously not the kids.
Right, but it's the kids that bring the content to the parents. Mommy, I like this. Daddy, I like this.
An animated series?
Yes. YouTube. That's where you need to be.
Okay. YouTube.
Okay.
And you have to think like a marketing person, not like an author. And so how could you get this character in front of kids? And who's the most popular kid now on YouTube?
Bluey? Oh, kid on YouTube?
Yeah, is there a kid?
Some German girl.
Okay, but Bluey's the character.
Bluey's huge.
Yes. I would also do this. This is a little bit off the beaten path. Is that, of course, you have the website that Teachers Pay Teachers. Maybe what you could do is you offer a version of your book for free to teachers, pay teachers, or maybe 99 cents or whatever it is, with a little bit of a lesson plan attached to it. So maybe the lesson plan would be about our flag or something that's in your book, right? Or maybe it's just learning a lesson. And then you could offer that book to Teachers Pay Teachers, and then with the curriculum, and then in the flyer, you say, save 20% on all my books by going to my website.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, that was
I knew you would think out of the box.
Well, I would, try that. Creating an animated series is not, it's not out of the realm right now because of AI.
Oh, absolutely. 5 years ago, you'd be like, well, I can't afford hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and pay a studio. Well, now all you need is artificial intelligence. And you don't even have to start that big. No. Just take the illustrations from your kid's book, get a voiceover, and have a basically video reading of it, and then move on once you have all your books on YouTube that way.
Yeah, because so many parents are using YouTube as a babysitter.
Yeah, or I have gone to YouTube with my kids. Let's find a book and read through it together.
That's nice.
If I'm a little tired, I'm still spending time with them. It's just the app that's reading it to them.
And then also, don't forget Audible. That would be something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I like the idea of Teachers Pay Teachers. I think that would be an interesting way that probably a lot of people aren't doing right now. Thanks for your call today, and tell your husband we said hello. Hey, I have a special request. If you have learned just one thing from me over the years, just one little thing, okay, here's what you can do in return, is wherever you get your podcasts, find The Kim Komando Show, okay? Once you do, I want you to leave a great 5-star review. Say something that you have found very valuable from my show. Maybe it was a tip, or maybe it's something that you get every single week. My friend Jan told me that she listens to the Kim Komando Show podcast because it puts her to sleep. I was like, really, Jan? I put you to sleep? She's like, no, your voice is so soothing. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe you don't want to put that as a review. But see, here's the deal. When you leave a great 5-star review, that tells the algorithms that, wow, this must be a good show. So we're going to show it to even more people as far as what is trending on the front page. So that's why I need you to give me a great 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I would really, really appreciate it. It does make a difference. Even one review makes a difference. It really, really does. All right, coming right back. Yes, hotel scams are spreading. I'm going to tell you all about it here on the Kim Komando Show. All right. This is the time of year that if you haven't already booked your holiday travel, and I'm talking about your hotels too, is that now's the time for you to get motivated because the prices are only going to go up from here. And when you're shopping for this vacation or this holiday trip online, I want you to watch out because scammers have some new tactics where they're stealing your money. Here's what's happening. They pose as legitimate hotel and booking sites. So say you just got your hotel room booked and you're ready to go. But shortly after, you get a message from the hotel. It says something like, hey, did you want a room with a view, or do you need assistance for a medical condition, with a link right next to it? You're like, oh, wow, this is really service. So you click the link. Now, from there, you're taken to what looks like a super official page asking for your name, address, confirmation number, and credit card number. And here's the kicker. Once you put in all your details, your bank account is wiped clean. Yes. So what can you do? Slow down. Always check the URL of the link in an email very, very carefully. If it's shady, it's no good. And if you are concerned, call the hotel or the travel agency directly. Online booking scams are sneaky, but remember, you are smarter than that. And if you haven't already, make sure that you enter to win the brand new iPhone Air. You're just going to love it. Go to winfromkim.com. And thanks for being here. And that's the end of hour 4. But I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on, just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.